Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I am here with something a little bit different for you today. It's definitely not what I had on the docket. I had a few other things actually on the docket. One is Tank Duel that you see over there, but for some reason that one is just not clicking with me. I don't know if you guys have ever had that experience where you're trying to learn a game and it just will not get into your head. So that one's taking me a little bit longer than usual to get just the basics down. So I'm going to wait until I've got a better grasp before I actually start filming it for you. And the other one was one that I was really looking forward to try to show you guys, Shores of Tripoli, a game that was recently on Kickstarter, and I actually have had the game since before it was on Kickstarter. I've had a prototype copy now for I think a month or longer, but I never got sent the rules. And I've asked, and I know some other people have asked, and they never materialized. We don't know what happened. So if I ever do get the rules, I will show that to you guys. So since I had a hole in the docket of what I was going to be filming for you guys, I decided to go ahead and film this, at least a couple of rounds, to show you guys something and, to get something up on the channel. And this is a game called Core Space by Battle Systems. And this is one that I am very, very much sad that I did not see the Kickstarter for it, because it is all kinds of up my alley. I mean, so much stuff in here to really enjoy, and there's no way to really categorize this game because it fits so much. It can be a skirmish game, like a miniatures game fighting, your opponent, okay? But it can be multiplayer in that facet. You can have as many crews fighting off as you want, or it can be a cooperative game where you're working with other crews to further an objective or level up, get scavenge, whatever it is. It can be a solitaire game, which is how I'm going to be showing you guys. It can even be, for lack of a better word, like a Dungeons and Dragons type game, a DM game, where someone is dungeon mastering for you as you control a character and work your way through and level up. There are so many different ways to play this game. Now, from what I've seen, it appears that the company that has designed this originally had Battle Terrain, which is what you see all set up here, this gorgeous looking setup that I have here in front of you. And this all comes with the game. Well, not all of it. I've got a few expansions. But the majority of what you see comes with the base game, including this neoprene mat here that it's actually on. It's not a paper mat. This is neoprene mat. It's a 2x2 neoprene mat. Definitely, if you like what you see out in front of you, check it out. They've got a Christmas sale going on. Battle Systems, just type in Core Space Battle Systems on Google and you'll find their website. You can see that they do have the Christmas sale going on. They haven't sent me anything. They haven't promoted or anything like that. So I'm just letting you guys know about the sale. If I'd luck out and actually have some money by the end of Christmas, because I think it ends at Christmas, I am going to try to get an extra battle pack, battle terrain set, because they've got this big set on sale, big group set with extra pieces. And it's a set similar to this and an extra neoprene mat and then some extra pieces. So what I want to do is connect two neoprene mats and just set up a big, a 2x4 match where I can have the guys just interacting with each other and battling and fighting the purge and all that good stuff. So definitely check out the website, Battle Systems Core Space. You'll see it. That's the game. And then, like I said, they have terrain sets as well. So not necessarily the game, but what you see kind of laid out in front of you, that type of deal. But they've got other stuff too. They got I think outposts and medieval things. Like I said, I think they started off as a group that sold these cardboard cutouts that you could put together to make 3D terrains. And then they decided to incorporate, make a game that kind of goes with using this, which I freaking love. All right, so the basic premise of the game is that you have a space pirate trader crew, okay? They're called traders. And they will go out on missions, whatever the mission happens to be, and they're trying to get salvage and money and materials and weapons and trying to level up. And that's just kind of your goal. It just varies mission to mission. There are a fair amount of missions in the Core Space rulebook itself. And also missions do come with the expansions. I've got the Galactic Core expansion and an extra crew expansion, and each one of those, their little booklets, came with extra missions that you could play. or you can just create your own mission, which is what I have effectively done here as a starter mission for my little crew, which are here in this little lockup pin to get started. All right, so like I said, the premise is you've got your trader crew, and this operates like a skirmish game in the fact that you're going to have your little range roller here. This one comes with it. I haven't found any acrylic versions of these yet, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, see if I can find one. But you can see it shows 1 move, 2 moves, so every move is 4 inches, and you'll measure it out 4 inches as you're going along, and that's like 1 action. You can have a number of actions. Generally, it's 2 actions, but just depending on your skills and levels. You can see 1 move, 2 move, max move. You can only move a maximum of 11 inches during your activation period. And then on the back side is your range ruler. So I like how they did that. Short range is the first 5 inches. Medium range is the rest. And then anything past medium range is going to be considered long range. Although medium range is fairly extensive. So I haven't seen a whole lot. Like these walls are not even long range from each other. So it'd be kind of hard to have anything at long range. So most of your shots are going to be at short or medium range, but there are weapons that do fire at long range. Now, before we take and actually show the crew boards, I'll show those here in a sec. I just kind of want to pan around and let you guys see down in like all the terrain. I set this up as kind of like a little command station. These little things hang onto the walls. All these are extra pieces that you can move and put other places. This is kind of like a little power bunker. These things are crates, and the cool part about these crates are, hear that? There are weapon and item and ammo and health and everything else. Those tokens can actually fit in these crates, and there are a number of these crates spread throughout the map. There's another one over here, and then back here I've set this up as kind of like the barracks. So there's little beds here, beds in each one of the rooms. And then each one of these little rooms has a small crate in it. And then I've got a couple other crates back there. There's the plasma reactor. This is an auto dock where it can heal people. And there's actually rules for these pieces, these terrain pieces that just look cool on the board. You can actually have extra rules that go for them. Like there's a rule about the auto dock and having you, heal your guys. These little lockers hang on the wall. Nothing's in those. I like these little terrain pieces over here, just like little ducks connecting. It just makes it look cool in 3D. Little desk back over there. I think there's another crate back there. Yeah, another crate back there. These girders that connect the pieces, so you've got kind of a hallway going through there. Even little tables and chairs. So I set this up as kind of like a little reception area here where you come in the front door and the bad guys are getting ready to come in and take them out. And the cool part is these wall pieces even have doors. Like these white window pieces, these punch out. So you can actually take those out. These come out. These pieces are just not even there. These are big wall pieces. But like this little hatch here, right? So this little door, we can actually, bam, look at that. You can punch it out if you want to signify whether it's open or not. I freaking love that. Now, of course, this is cardboard pieces, so they might wear thin after a while. So I'm trying not to punch out the pieces, but you can see here's a gate piece. Here's another gate. I think there's a door over here somewhere. There might not be. Actually, no, there's not a door there. It's a door there, and then you have to go through this one to get into here. And there's a whole bag full of extra signs and pieces that hang down. You see how I've got like a little sign hanging right here. There's a whole bag full of those that I haven't even used just as decorative pieces, like kind of like these girders that are hanging down, just to give the game an extra feel. It really just looks good on your table. It really gives you that space station futuristic feel when you're playing it. And like I said, they have other versions, but Core Space again is a science fiction, so it's going to have that futuristic thing to it. But excellent terrain. It all punches together very well, bends very well. I've not had any issues with the pieces breaking. I've had like maybe one piece out of like everything that tore a little bit when I was punching it all out. So quality components, I got to give them props. And it's similar to some other stuff that you'll see. Like it's got the little plastic brackets here that hold them all together, and they're all in different shapes. So like this one's a 3-way piece, so you can connect the piece here, here, and here. And then there's 4-way pieces or straight ones, just depending on whatever type of terrain that you want to make. All right, so let's show you one of my character boards so I can kind of explain to you what's going on over here. This is one of my guys. This is Gak. All right. Now, my premise, real quick, just for what we're playing here, is that these three individuals have been captured by the Galactic Core. They're rogue traders, and they've been imprisoned. So they're in this little, plasma barrier thing here. And the bad guys of this game are called the Purge, which I'll get into here in a little bit, but they're the robot guys. I got a couple tucked over there. And they attack this base. Okay. So when they attack the base, power goes out. And these guys knock out the guard that's in their area, and they decide they're going to team up. So one of them's a captain. You got to have one captain in your crew. This one's going to be mine. This is Weaver. He's my captain. He's got a little bionic arm and a big rifle, but you can have different weapons and everything. Like I said, this one's Gak. He's a little alien that was being captured there as well. And then Mac 1, my robot. They have activated him, and he has decided to join them. He's an independent AI. So these three were individuals not related to each other or anything, but they've decided to team up because Weaver has a ship and these two need a crew, and they all want to try to get out together. So that's their premise. We'll get into what they're exactly trying to do further on here in just a sec. So here's one of the boards, like I said, and I love these little plastic boards. The materials for the game are just top notch. All the ones that you see that are shiny like this are whiteboard or dry erase marker type material, so you can actually write on them. You can see that I've got one of these colored in because Gak starts with a skill. That's what that little dot there represents, is he starts with that skill. And you can have different tabs down here just depending. So you've got your little character board, then their equipment, and then their class, for lack of a better word. So Gak is a support class, and these are the skills that he can have, and he can level these up. Now, this is the one drawback about the game, is there is a lot of symbology to this game. Yeah, you'll learn it as you go along, but you do need to have the rulebook nearby, especially when you first start playing, because these things will blow your mind, because you're like, okay, what does all this mean? This symbol, for example, means that he gets to roll 2 dice in a unarmed attack, and this actually makes it to where he's getting to throw more dice in an unarmed attack. So effectively, he's really good at melee, right? So that's really awesome how these things work, and this is the same way up here. Now, when you look at these circles, like the first one, of course, is his health, you see that some of them have a circle within a circle look to it. So these first 4 are already kind of filled in, and then there's 2 more. These are levels that he can gain later on. So he only starts with 4 health, which is why he's got 4 pegs down here. But as he goes through missions and levels up, he can increase that, and you can fill in those extra bubbles with a little dry erase marker, kind of like one of these, and he'll have extra health down here. And for him, he can't gain more actions. He only has 2 actions, but there are some that do get more actions. He can get a lot of skills, though. He starts with 2 skills, which are the purple ones. And skills do any number of different things, right? Between repairing, between technology, between extra attacks or healing people, your skills do all this other stuff. Basically, all these things listed down below here are like your skills, okay? And then the career has to do with how many missions he's gone on and you've advanced his career. Down here in the bottom left, we see that's his point cost. So you can even create your own crew, which is what I've done by having these 3 guys. Because the game comes with 2 crews and I bought 1 more. So I've got 3 crews. Basically, each crew has 4 people in it. This one I'm just starting off with the 3. Because some starter missions start off with 2, some you have to gain more people as you go along. You can, like I said, you can really play it any way you want to play it. So I'm starting with 3 guys, and you can do the base crews that come with the game or create your own. I love that variety, the fact that you can play it however you want to play it. But if you'll notice, this little spot right over here to the right, you can tell that it can be punched out. And the deal with that is that's where armor goes, okay? So you can replace this little spot with an armor peg to signify that the character is wearing armor, but some guys, like Gak here, have skills that go there. And if you're wearing armor, you can't use the skill, which you punch out and replace with armor. So you have to make a choice. I really love how they've done this. Everything just kind of integrates with each other. You can see these are the items that he's carrying. A little health syringe, a small starter pistol. Basically, my premise is they knocked out a guard and they ravaged him for whatever weapons they could get. So this is like the weakest pistol you can start with. My other guys have the weakest rifle you can start with. You can see how it's got 3 basically target circles there. So it's short, medium, and long range. That's how many dice that you'll throw. So effectively, this pistol's not very good. You roll 1 die at short range, so within 5 inches. Anything other than that, you're not shooting. And then extra ammo, because that's what these pegs represent, is your ammo. And you'll always technically start with a full thing ammo. And then as you spend ammo, you pull the pegs. So you can use this, flip it over, and you get more ammo. And the backside actually shows how much it costs or how much you can sell it for. So you can actually make money in between your missions. Just real quick, I'll show you my other 2 guys. Now, these 2 actually were in the same crew, the Skylark crew, which was an extra crew that I got. So these aren't part of the base game, but I like these characters. They stood out to me for some reason. I like the robot. Really think that's awesome. And this guy with this big robot arm, which is actually a piece of gear that fits in here. Which would fit in here, but it's a rare piece of equipment, so I can't start off with it. You can see that they both start off with a crappy rifle. It can shoot up to medium range. And he does start with some skills as well. He has this one that's just right on his board, which I think is a combat skill. And then I forget what that does. Like I said, that's the problem with these guys or with this game rather, is that it's so much symbology. I mean, even looking at the enemy cards over here, all symbols all the way across the board. And we'll touch on that here in just a sec. But he does start off with some extra skills. Same with Mac 01 over here. He starts off with some skills. That one I think is the repair one that he starts off with, so he can like repair himself. But you can see his health can go very high. He can gain an extra action. He starts off with a lot of skill pegs, even though this guy only starts off with 1. So there's a lot of variety to this game. It's kind of like an RPG mixed with a skirmish game, mixed with a dungeon crawler, mixed with sci-fi, mixed with anything else that you want to play. It is just freaking awesome. And now something else while we're talking about our crews, this is your home vessel, all right? So there's multiple of these cards, and this is basically what you'll use to signify the fact that your guys are landing at a space station or doing something. You would butt it up and dock to the ship. Oh, no, I'm bumping stuff. And dock to the ship, and your guys would be here, and this is how they would enter the ship. You can keep track of the stuff, same way, gyro race marker. Cool part, you can tell maybe, if I can get it in the light, that part can get punched out as well to put other, actually I think you can see it easier there, yeah, to put other gear into, and then your ship can have stats as well if you want to play a campaign game. You name your ship, so just depending on whatever you want to name it, Gimpy 1, the USS Gimpy. So it has stats, other cool stuff associated with it, weapon stats. So cool way to do this with the ships, but maybe would have liked to have seen it something besides just a rectangle, but it works very well to have it roughly the same size as this other stuff. And like I said, you'll put your characters on here, and this is how you'll start most missions. Mine's just a little different since my guys are here. The premise that I'm doing for mine is they're starting off with just the crappy weapons that they were able to scavenge off that one guard that they knocked down and the few little things that are around. And I've marked, generally we use these markers here to signify what areas that the purge will enter. And again, I'll cover purge in just a sec, but I'm using these for my mission to mark where their ship could potentially be docked. So there's 3 ports, one over here and then a couple back there. So as they're trying to escape this detention facility, they're going to be scavenging for better weapons, better supplies, and they're trying to find where Weaver's ship is located so they can escape the facility where the guards are trying to kill them and the purge are trying to kill them. So let me show you some of the purge real quick. I'll show you their board here in a sec. These are the baddies in this universe, all right? They're like robots. So they do have like an alien version. These are called live ones, and they're very tough. Little green guys here, kind of goofy looking. But the general gist is these aliens have created the Purge, and the Purge are sentient, somewhat sentient robots that go around taking out all life in the galaxy, right? So they attack everyone. Civilian, galactic core, traitors, doesn't matter. They will try to kill you. Now, the neat part about this game is that there is a tracker board. I've got it over here to the left of the map, and it's got its own little pegboard. Like I said, good component quality with everything. And as your mission goes on, you will add more pegs to this between the attacks that you make, and you're just adding them between each round. And as you do, it increases the chance of more and tougher Purge characters coming out into the map. Now, for my mission, the Purge are only coming in through the main gate. Normally, like I said, they'll pop up randomly along the map. But just for my own mission, they have busted in the front door, and this is where they're coming into the facility. So all the Purge are going to be entering through this portal. That's why I've got a couple of guys back here that they've started on the map. You can start it just depending on what mission that you're playing on a variety of levels. Generally, it'll start somewhere down here in the bottom part. But you can see it goes up when it has like that black symbol there where it says guarded. That is a die, so you'll roll a die, so it could potentially cause Purge to come out. And then as you see, as you get higher and higher, it's going to guarantee Purge, and then it's going to have higher levels of Purge. And on the back side of this thing is the expansion version, because I do have actually the expansion for the Purge that adds even more versions. There's like this Spider Queen, and then this big evil robot they call the Annihilator that comes out, which is really tough. So you can end up fighting those guys, but you don't have to if you don't have that version. Now their stats are listed down over here. And again, sorry about the shine from the light, but like I said, these have the whiteboard material, so they are very, very reflective. This is a neat little piece, has all the stats for the Purge. You can see their melee, range, defense, roughly for each one of them, how many actions they get, but they can potentially get charged up where their stats go up. So if that little board that I was showing you with the pegs gets all the way to the top, they become charged, overcharged. And at that point, you pretty much want to end your mission. Over here, these are the versions for the Galactic Core, which is the security guards, the other guards, big juggernaut type guard, for the facility that we're in. That's actually some of these guys. This one is a security guard. Over here, thought I did a decent job as far as paint on these guys. And this one's just a guard, so he actually has a gun. And they can be used in a variety of different ways. In this one, it's going to be like a four-way battle. So I've got my guys, right? There's the guards, there's the Purge, and then there's the civilians. Yes, you can have civilians as a part of your game as well. This is one of the civilians. I put her up here as like the receptionist who's manning the front tables. And then there's another little alien civilian back here. And then right over here, way back in the back, is who I'm calling the doctor. So he's a civilian that's in the facility as well. Now, these guys actually do play a role in the missions as well. They're civilian cars for them, but the cool part, like I said, these guys have their own stats, but they can join your crew. They have their own stats. So if you pass a persuade check, like multiple persuade checks, you can end up having these people join your crew. And that's what I'm talking about, where you get to expand your crew, where some missions start you off with only 2, and then you'll either buy and hire more traders to work with you, or you can recruit them during the course of the game. All right, so that's the basic premise. And like I said, you can really play this game in any way that you want to play. Create your own missions, create your own campaign, follow the campaign that's in the rule book. Download, I'm sure others have put up versions on BGG. I would be surprised if they haven't by now, of campaigns that you can play. Just real awesome game in the variety of ways that you can play it. And it's not horribly hard to pick up the rules. it's pretty simple as far as all the miniatures rules are concerned. You'll start off with your hostiles, and you'll draw your event card, which could have random things happening, good for you, bad for you, good for them, bad for them, random different stuff. Each one of the groups will have their different little phases, and you'll just try to accomplish your mission. Not a hard game, but the big thing about this game for me is the terrain. Just this awesome board, this layout, the fact that your characters can level up and you can keep playing it. Like I said, this is one of those games that you could set on the table and just leave it, right? You could play a mission, move the pieces around to create a new layout. It really doesn't actually take that long to set this up. I think this took me about a half hour to get everything set up and put onto the board and hooked up the right way. And I wasn't that familiar with it at the point. All right, so when we pick back up, we're going to start off with my guys. And like I said, they're going to go around. They're going to try to scavenge these crates. You can scavenge just open rooms. There are little markers to signify that you've searched there, and you can search each room once. You can just leave an item on the floor. You can trade it to others. So, for example, if you pick up an item, right, and you don't have enough room in your board, because you can only carry what you can actually fit on your little plastic boards, which is just awesome. If you can't carry it, you can leave it for one of your traders to come by and try to get it later. But if you're playing against an opponent, there's nothing stopping him from coming over and picking up that piece of gear if you don't get to it fast enough, right? So you're trying to get your stuff. You're trying to take out the bad guys. Don't have to worry about health for the most part. Most enemies only take one hit and then they're destroyed, with the exception of like the high level purge guys, like the annihilators, stuff like that might take multiple hits just depending on which one. But those are the real high level guys, which we're not hopefully going to be seeing too much of. But like I said, we're going to pick up the next video. My guys are trying to escape. The plasma reactor back there has been damaged, so the power cell that was holding them captive has been taken down. They're going to run out, and they're going to try to, one, search all these crates to see if they can find some better equipment, because the stuff they have is very bad to start off with. And then they're going to be checking these zones over here, seeing if they can find his ship so they can get out of the station as the purge come pouring in. Now, like I said, I created my own scenario just to start off with, and even still, I could jump right into the first campaign with this crew if I wanted to after this. It plays so well together. But the purge are going to be coming in the front door, and then there's a back entrance back over here, which is where I'm going to be having the guards come from. So the guards will come in through this way, and the purge will be coming through this way, and my guys are going to be searching down here and trying to run. We'll have to see how it pans out. But you guys stay tuned. Put down any questions or comments you have about the game down below, and I will try to answer them if I can. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.